Hey everyone, welcome back round the corner for another episode of Draco's Weapon Corner. We're here to cover the weapons from Chapter 4, the shit ton of weapons, because it also includes the one in the store, giving us a total of 10 different weapons to cover today, and a lot of weapon stories to do after. Anyway, we're going to start with Noe's sword, which we got at the beginning of the chapter. It's alright, I guess, at the moment for what we can see. It has the spell Sonic Burst, which I don't think I showed yet, so we'll get into that. But first, abilities. Iron Dragon's beloved sword possesses a great variety of attacks with the magic Sonic Burst. Unleash inner energy and revitalizes the wielder's body. Now let's show it at level 4 to see if it's worth our time compared to our other weapons. Alright, at level 4 it doesn't really grow that much. With an attack power of 26 and a guard break of 24, it's pretty puny compared to our other weapons that you could have. In fact, even the other swords that we're going to cover is actually stronger than this one, so if you want to avoid this one, you can just avoid it, really. But let's see its magic attack in battle, as we haven't seen it yet. It's actually pretty useful from what I remember. So, I'll see you on the battlefield. Okay, and here we are. I forgot to look, but Noe's sword actually does have a new move for the short swords that we haven't seen, Dragon Slash. And that's actually the last one, too. We literally have covered every single one, every single combo that a short sword can have. So let me just remove that from our combo list, so I know. Oh, wait, I think I messed something up here. Hang on. Oh, no, wait. No, I didn't. Never mind. Excuse me for a minute. I just have to delete that. There we go. Okay. Now to show you Sonic Burst. Sonic Burst is one of my favorite sword/longsword abilities, because I think longswords can get it too. It's perfect for extending your combos. Observe. While it's active, your combo stays locked in place, which makes this incredibly easy and reliable. Plus, it's great to use. Like, let's say you've killed a few enemies and you want to get across the battlefield. Basically, this weapon's overall difference is the length of time. So, instead of just showing you all the different levels, since all the different levels are really just more time added to your run, I'm going to show you level 4 now, just to give you the full rundown. Also, the meter fills up a lot. Another thing you'll notice is your sword gets a lot larger in this combo, and it ends with a burst, as you just saw. Alright, that's it for Noe's sword. All in all, it's relatively good, but the only good bit about it is honestly the magic, which other weapons have, so it's not really saying much for it. But with that, we'll move on to our next weapon, which is another short sword. Alright, our next sword to cover is Mage's Promise, which is at a value of 32,400 gold, so it is expensive, but worth it. At level 1, you have 52 attack power and 112 guard break, which is already stronger than all of our swords currently, and I think it's stronger than a few of our long swords, excluding, of course, Silver Butterfly, which is going to grow up to be really freaking strong. However, it's still useful. It also has the spell Sonic Burst, which is what Noe's sword had, which makes this 2 times more useful than Noe's sword. But now let's see what this spectacular sword looks like at level 4. Alright, and at level 4, Mage's Promise goes up exceedingly to an attack power of 86 and a guard break of 154, so it is currently our strongest standard sword. I guess technically it might be stronger than Silver Butterfly, but I'll have to calculate that. One moment, please. Actually, believe it or not, it is level with Silver Butterfly. If you add up the 86 and the 154, it gets to 240, just like Silver Butterfly's 100 and 140. So in that scenario, it's really, do you want a higher guard break, or do you want a higher actual attack power? And in this case, I'd say you should probably go for the attack power, because most things, their guard breaks with at least 100, because I don't think I've ever had a problem with breaking the guard of an enemy with Silver Butterfly. but I guess you might be able to do it quicker with Mage's Promise, just throwing that out there. So, again, it's really your choice. Do you want a weapon with more hits, that's faster, with a higher guard break to break through things guards easier? Or do you want a weapon that does more damage, but you might have to work a little longer to get through that guard? Not much longer, but a little longer. And you have to worry about, well, you don't really have to worry about speed either, because, you know, this isn't that much stronger. But whatever, let's move on to our next sword. Oh, and it suddenly occurred to me I never showed its abilities. The Devil's Club. Traits. Breaks the enemy guard. Excellent at linear sweep. Okay. Now we can go on to the next sword, which is Seal Knife, Calamitous Strings. Alright, the thing with the Seal Knife, as you can clearly see right now, its attack power is garbage, and so is its guard break, even weaker than Silver Butterfly at first. Remember how I said that Silver Butterfly was essentially Kavia the weapon? The Seal set is Kavia the set. Every single weapon in the Seal set has a pretty garbage attack power and guard break to begin with, but gets even better when you get to level 4. The problem is, Seal Knife in particular isn't one of them. It does get stronger, but it's probably the weakest weapon in the Seal set, as I'll show you with its level 4. It also has that new magic spell, Volatic Tentacles. Let's take a look at its abilities really quick. A legendary sword made by a master blacksmith. Traits. Unlocks an attack with training. And Volatic Tentacles. A circling ball of lightning sends enemies flying. Now let's see it at level 4. Okay, and at level 4, Seal Staff jumps, well, it skyrockets, really, to an attack power of 70 and a guard break of 46. Though this is a very dramatic increase, compared to our other swords and longswords, it's garbage, really. I mean, both Mage's Promise and Silver Butterfly, I know they're both the same basic stat points, but really, both of them beat it out quite easily, in fact, with the only good thing about this maybe being its magic power, which I'll be showing you right now. Alright, and these are the combos for the Seal Knife. I figured I'd just show you here, just cause, and to show you that it's pretty much all the same stuff, like I said. Let's get a magic powder on so I can show you the first level. Yeah, so that didn't really go on for very long. I mean, you got a quick look at it, but Alright, let's get everyone closer. Because this is clearly a spell that you want... Really? You want them to be near. And the thing that you're obviously noticing is it crashes into the ground depending on where you're standing. So you need to find some level ground to use this appropriately. Alright, this is some pretty level ground. Ah, there we go. Now that's a much better view of it. And now let's show the 4th level. Ow. Hopefully there's more enemies on some flat ground, so this doesn't, you know, just kind of end when it hits the ground. So, see, I really don't think this particular seal weapon is worth it unless you want to 100% the game, or you want to collect the entire seal set, which you might, and that's your business if you do. Ow. Look, guys. Thank you. Woo-hoo-hoo! I will admit that looks cool in final form, but that's really all I have to show you with this particular weapon, and that's it for swords. Oh, another thing I guess I should show you since we're here. You'll notice this with all seal weapons. They have a glow about them. And when you swing, it looks kind of like you're swinging a glow stick. Which I think is pretty cool. It's like a glow stick weapon. Rave weapon party! Okay, I'm done. Alright, with short swords out of the way, I guess we'll jump to our newest member, Mana, to see her newest weapons. So I'll be right back. Alright, first up in Mana's weapons is obviously her staff. Mana's staff is actually part of one of the smallest sets in the game, the Former Villain set. It consists of exactly 2 weapons, which is the bar minimum to make a set. Another thing that Mana has unique about her that most of the other characters don't is all of her weapons actually do have a unique and different spell. You won't find any particular weapon, or you won't find any other staff that has Divine Blood aside from Mana's staff, which is more than we can say about Noe and his Sonic Burst and Blast, more than we can say about his Sonic Burst and Blows. But anyway, Mana's staff has an attack power of... Sorry about that, voice crack, it's really starting to get to me. Anyway, has an attack power of 20, a guard break of 24, which is, I guess, decent enough. Let's look at its abilities. A Charmed Girl's Staff. Traits. Possesses powerful magic, which is probably going to be, if I had to hazard a guess, the trait for 90% of the staves. Anyway, Magic Divine Blood. Summons a freezing storm which clears away enemies standing in the wielder's way. So it has an ice elemental magic, obviously. That's another thing. I'm going to bring up which spells have what elements, because they're... I mean, it's technically not necessary to do so. I just like using different staffs because I like using different spells. Even though I don't particularly like Mana as a character, she's pretty good in combat. And I love mages. Not Mana, but mages, yes. Anyway, let's show it at level 4. Alright, and as you can see, it's level 4. Offensively isn't really that much of an improvement. With an attack power of 24 and a guard break of 36, it's alright. It's not great. And there are staves a lot stronger than it physically, but then again, you have to realize she is a mage. Physical offense isn't really her forte. And since this is the first staff we're going over, I'll be showing you the combos. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Though Mana has the most diverse magic pool, obviously being a mage, she has the least diverse combo pool offensively. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I mean, swords have the least diverse offensive pool, but regular swords, but so do staves. I think they're probably even. With that, they might have, like, the exact same amount. Let's see. Yeah, staves have the exact same amount of combos as regular short swords, so, Anywho, let's go show that. Okay, as you can see, she has Dancer's Fury, Thunderfire, Headwind Blade, and Tailwind Blade. All relatively easy. 5 squares for Dancer's Fury, Thunderfire's 4 in triangle, Headwind is 3, triangle, and then another square, then square, triangle, 3 square. 3 squares. Let's see if I can remember that, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her combos are obviously a lot more forward movement based. Well, actually, to be more accurate, that would be Eris's forte. Mana's really more about moving around. She has really long combos that are very easily broken. Observe. Like Headwind Blade, I think, is a good example. Like, if they came too close before she finished the Headwind Blade, she'd be done. Let's see. Oops. Also, that kind of effed me up. This one is the worst. Tailwind Blaze, because she does that little spin thing first. It's such a pain. Anyway, might as well be showing Divine Blood. We already have our first setup, so here's one. Whoops, wrong way. That's right. Okay, now let's see. That was pretty cool, but we're gonna have to find a more concentrated area for 4. Because, you know, spells are just so much better when they're done in a colossal area. Because the thing with Mana's spells are they're massive AoE spells attacking literally everything in an area. This one isn't all that great, obviously, but this is her first weapon, so you'd probably expect that it wouldn't be, like, the best. Please let me... Oh, come on, let me do this. Complete with slow motion, because why the hell not? And look at the massive chunk that was driven from this area. There was a whole slew of enemies in here that we just kind of wiped with our spell. And that is why, when using Mana, spells are the way to go. But let's move on to her next staff to see how well that fares against this one. Alright, next is Magi's Sorrow. With an attack power of 18 and a guard break of 27, it's actually weaker than Mana's first weapon. It has the magic spell Elemental Voice, but let's look at its ability. A staff with a boy's spirit sealed inside. Traits: excellent at linear sweep attacks. Elemental Voice. Fireballs pursue enemies, burning them upon contact. Alright, that sounds interesting. Now let's check it out at level 4. Alright, and as you can see, Magi's Sorrow has literally the exact same stats as Mana's basic weapon at level 4. So really, if you want to use one or the other, I'd recommend Mana Staff. But there are better staves, and we have them, so we'll get into those. But first, I'll show this thing spells. And well, spells, I say that like there's more than one on it. It's spell in combat. Okay, and as you can see, she has a new combo. And it's actually the last combo of the staff, so after this, we're done showing the combos and only showing the magic for every weapon. Anywho, well, not every weapon, every staff, excuse me. Okay, so let's show Tornado Blade, and it's really hard to get them out, too, because of what you have to do. Come on, let me chain the two attacks together, please. I'm having real difficulty. Tornado Blade's one of those that's a real pain in the ass. There we go. And that's Tornado Blade. It's really hard to set that up because for some reason, sometimes it just doesn't like accepting that you want to do it. Like as you saw, I had to do this several times before... You can't see what I'm doing, but I would keep hitting triangle and it would just ignore me. But anyway, let's show the first level of its magic. That's Elemental Voice. Not all that impressive. Still looks pretty good, though. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Anyway. Wait, do I still have magic powders? Yes. Okay, so I can do this level 3. Good. There's level 2. Pretty good. And now for level 3. Let's find a better area for level 3. Unless there's a lot here, though. I'm just... No. Just not. Okay. Let's see. Where's a good area for level 3? I guess this is good enough. Please don't hit me. I said please. Come on. Boom! That was a nice one. Alright, now let's go over all the way to that corner to show you level 4. And then we can move on to the next staff. Let's see, how many more staffs do we have again? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 more. Yeah, this is obviously going to be a longer weapon corner, because we have a lot of weapons to go over since we just got, you know, Mana, who we've been getting stabs for. And this is level 4! It's really about the same. I guess that one arced in different directions, but eh. Alright, but now let's move on to our next staff to cover. Okay, next up is Audacious, which we've already gotten almost all the way to level 4. It has an attack power of 26 and a guard break of 42 right now with the magic spell Bloody Vortex. Bloody? Yeah, Bloody. A staff made from a magician's skin and bones. Traits: conjures short-range spells, acquires MP quickly. Bloody Vortex. Darkness overwhelms enemies, making it a dark elemental attack, obviously. Alright, now let's see what it looks like when it finally does make it to level 4. Okay, Audacious doesn't really change all that much in the way of attack and guard break, but currently, compared to our other staffs that I've already shown you, it's the strongest one out of all of them. But let's show you its magic in combat. I mean, I have shown it. I think I've only shown, like, level 1 of it, though. Not really branching out further than that. So I'll show you the other levels. Okay! Well, we're ready and good to go. If these guys wouldn't just stop hitting me for a second and I could get a good angle on everything. Whoops, this is level 3 then. I didn't mean to have level 3, I meant to show level 2 first, but, there's level 3. That's level 2. Little out of order, but what can you do? Alright, next we're gonna go and show level 4 in the more populated area that has all those archers. But as you can see, all that really happens is you get another one of those rune things that shuffles. And anything that touches them, you know, suffers. Oh, but level 4 launches those pitch black balls of doom at everything, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not the best spell we've got going for us, but it's a pretty cool one. At least I think so. But with that, we'll move on to our next staff. Okay, next on the list is the Seal Staff Calamitous Sonnet Freeze Claw. Much like its first seal weapon, it's very weak starting off. Excuse me. But actually, this one is one of my favorite staves for mana, and it's also the 4th strongest staff. And the battery in my controller's dying. How lovely. Off topic. Anyway, another thing I should mention, remember how earlier I said all the staves had a different spell on them? Genuine? I was actually wrong. There's more staves than I thought. See, I have the number of staves in a certain playthrough, or that you get in a certain playthrough written down, and I didn't notice till later that that was playthrough 1's amount of staves. So yeah. So there's 9 different spells. Anywho, let's take a look at its abilities. A legendary staff made by a master blacksmith. Traits: possesses powerful magic. Training is rewarded with new attacks. And the magic Freeze Claw. Giant icicles rain down upon enemies. Remember how I said most of Mana's attacks, or spells, were area of effect that hit everything in the area? This one is one of the best. If not the best. In that regard. But let's show it at level 4 before I show it in combat. And as you can see here, Seal Staff takes a dramatic increase in attack to 86, a guard break of 144, making this have, well, actually, yeah, a better guard break than Silver Butterfly has of an attack. It's a really powerful staff. Not to mention the spell you're about to see in actual combat. Alright, let's show them level 1. It's a pretty good one. How about level 2? Let's see, where's a good chunk? Yeah, this is good, I think. Alright, now for level 3. Whoops, wrong way. wrong thing. Alright, I'm thinking we go here. Make sure everyone's gathered round. Also pretty strong. I think for the last one it deserves we go to an area very densely populated. Just to show you the sheer carnage of this attack. So I'm going to get on Legna, and I'm going to fly to the next area that has enemies all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you level... Oh, man! Why'd you have to go and ruin it, you fucking archers? Ladies and gentlemen... Can I get this out, please? I give you level 4. Had to fucking ruin it. Look at the sheer carnage of it. It's beautiful. If only these guys would be more cooperative. This is all your fault, dicks. Anyway, yeah, we still have one more staff to go, and then we can move on to Noe's new longswords. So I'll meet you back in my other file. Hey, and at 4,650 gold, we have Dream Blossom for an attack strength of 38 and a guard break of 58. Not bad. It's better than Audacious, Magi's Sorrow, and Mana's Staff, but... And at level 1, I saw Seal Staff skyrockets upward. And its magic, Tornado's Eye, is pretty cool too, if I remember correctly. Now let's see it at level 4. Alright, and as you can see, level 4 isn't that much of an improvement with an attack power of 48 and a guard break of 70. It's okay. Let's look at its abilities. Celebrated female soldier's staff. Traits: long reach, possesses a great variety of attacks. Tornado's eye conjures a giant tornado which sucks up the enemies. Well, I added the V, but yeah. Alright, now let's see. Alright, then we're ready. Let's try and get close to these guys and do level 1. Whoosh! A good old level 2 going. Let's see, is this a good enough area? I guess this is good enough. Whoosh! Then I kind of let it go for a while. No, whoops, wrong way. You didn't see anything. That was totally not a spoiler. Because you didn't see anything. You didn't see a name or anything at all. You're imagining things. You're silly. Oh, you guys. Thinking that you saw things. Oh, that kind of looks like a blade at the end of the staff. Wouldn't this be a polearm then? Or a poleaxe, whatever you want to call it? Ow. Could you just not do that? Wait, did I just take in their magic by doing that? Damn it! Well, let's show level 3. Whoosh! And level 4. Now, I could go to that other area where there's more enemies, but we saw how difficult it was to even get an attack in. So, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here and do this. Boom! Man, I love that attack. Alright, okay, with that, we're done with Mana and her staff, so the only thing left to do for this weapon corner is go over Noe's various longswords that we got. And then we're done with this weapon corner. I'll see you in the other file. Alright, we have Injustice at level 1, which has the magic tag of Sonic Burst. Ooh. An attack power of 38 with a guard break of 30, making it at level 1 stronger than Scald's Song at 32. But it still pales in comparison to Silver Butterfly level 4. So, yeah. Let's take a look at its abilities, though. Helps realize a simple belief. Traits: excels at linear sweep attacks. And then Sonic Burst. I don't have to show you Sonic Burst again. And we already completed the longswords combos, right? Yeah, exactly. It's to Silver Butterfly's combo, so all I really have to show you is level 4 just as a comparison. Alright, let's do that then. Alright, as you can see, Injustice doesn't really climb all that much with an attack power of 46 and a guard break of 36. It's still better than Scald's Song, though. Not as good as Silver Butterfly again, but it's better than Scald's Song. And now, since I have nothing else to show you with Injustice, we might as well go on to the next longsword. Okay, and with an attack strength of 45 and a guard break of 90, it is stronger than any of the other longswords we've went over. It has the magic Sonic Burst, which we've already... I believe that... Yeah, that's the one I recently showed you that's really good and I like. Okay, now let's show you what it's like at level 4. Oh, I didn't even notice they have ranges for them too, and that one's wide, and that's narrow. Obviously, it's a small sword. Okay, level 4 now. Yeah. Okay, and as you can see, Calf-carver increases dramatically from what it was, with an attack power of 68 and a guard break of 124. On top of that, it has a very good ability, Cleaves the Legs of Giants. Traits: effective against ogres. Essentially what it's saying here, quite obviously, in fact, is that this sword gives Noe an edge against ogres. They were I guess, a kind of difficult enemy? And this is an excellent sword that I would normally recommend, but in the chapter that's coming up, we're gonna get a new ally, whose main feature is that his attacks are super effective against monsters. So you don't necessarily need this sword, however, it's the strongest longsword we have at this moment in time, so if you want to grind it up, it's still a smart move. But let's go on to the next one. Fang, with a price tag of 9,800 gold. With an attack strength of 42 and a guard break of 34, you'd be wondering, comparing it to Calf-carver up there, well, why is this so damn expensive? What could possibly make it more expensive than Calf-carver? Draco, are you going to tell us this is another one that takes a crap ton of... Alright, and as you can see at level 4, Bloody Fang doesn't really change that much. Power of 55 and a guard break of 45. You're probably now really confused, like, well, Draco, then why the hell is this worth my time? Calf-carver even is a lot stronger. What's the point? Well, hang on, you haven't seen the ability yet. A sword that steals life force, restores the wielder's HP with each kill. The exact value, but the leech life sword, as I like to call it, is definitely worth your time to level it to the top level. Granted, it's not as strong as some of the other swords, but if you're ever hurting and you really need health, killing things with this thing will at least give you some more health back if you're out of healing items. And there's a specific weapon later in the game that this is, it's very good to use this with, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But with that, I think we'll end this here. See you guys next time you come around the corner. Bye! Actually, there's one more weapon to cover that totally slipped. Has an attack power of 28 and a guard break of 38. If we look at its abilities, a staff that embodies knowledge, which I apparently lacked. In that specific moment, I forgot to do this one. Except for this, its magic is Scarlet Wings. A fireball shot into the sky rains down death. So, Scarlet Wings is another fire spell, and from the description, it kind of sounds like in the first game, what Angelus's power attack was. But I digress. Let's show it in... Alright, at level 4, it doesn't get too much of an attack upgrade or a guard break upgrade, but it's better than Magi's Sorrow, which is our other fire weapon, so if you want a fire spell, I'd suggest using Philosopher's Staff. But with that, show it in actual combat. Alright, and here we are, level 1. Wow. That wasn't all that powerful. Alright, let's try level 2. Alright, still haven't killed any of them, so not doing too hot with this. Spat up royally. Level 3! Ooh, nice. Let's see if I can lift you guys up to get the magic back to show level 4. You know, there we go. That should be fine. Still no? Alright. Alright, now I have enough. Let's see, how much is that? Not enough. Alright. Let's see what we have over here. Ah, this, I guess, is slightly better. Ooh, ow, come on, give it to me. Let it rain fire! You know, personally, I think Magi's Sorrow's attack better. Oh, and I didn't notice it, it's fluorescent, the end of this. So, yeah, it leaves like a little trail when you swear.